Hello traders and welcome. I'm Tamar Mer, FXGlobe Ambassador, and this is FXGlobe Masterclass. Today's session is yield, coupons, and everything in between. In the previous chapter, we looked at bonds as a way for an issuer to borrow money from the investor to finance their project needs, be it a government or a corporate issuer. In this chapter, I'd like to talk about the investor side in this transaction and what's in it for them. When an investor buys bond, it assumes the role of a lender, and therefore it takes on the risk that it might not get its money back, known as the principal, at the maturity of the bond. To compensate for that risk, the issuer is agreeing to pay an agreed amount on that loan throughout the duration of the loan at agreeable intervals. However, this can be a bit more complicated than a simple yield equal coupon. So what is a yield and what is a coupon? And when are they equal? To understand that, let's start with a definition. The yield of a bond is the annualized return that the investor can look to earn on their bond. This takes into account the bond price and the coupon rate. The coupon rate is the fixed rate of interest that the bond pays to the investor, which is expressed as a percentage of the bond's face value. Now, if a bond is purchased at its face value, the yield on the bond will be equal to its coupon rate. So, for example, if a bond has a face value of $1,000 and a coupon rate of 4.5%, then the investor will receive $45 in interest income each year, and the yield of the bond will also be 4.5%. However, if a bond is purchased at a price that is different from its face value, the yield of the bond will be different from its coupon rate. This is because the yield takes into account both the coupon rate and the price paid for the bond. So if a bond is purchased at a price that is higher than its face value, say in our example, a price of $1,050, this means that the investor paid a premium on the bond, and therefore the yield on that bond will be lower than its coupon rate. This is because the investor has paid more than the face value of the bond, that is $1,050 in our example, but will only be receiving the bond face value at the maturity, which is $1,000. And if a bond is purchased at a price that is lower than its face value, say at $950, meaning the investor bought the bond at a discount, then the yield on that bond will be higher than its coupon rate. This is because the investor has paid less than the face value of the bond, that is $950 in our example, but will still receive the face value at maturity, which is $1,000. So while the coupon rate represents the fixed rate of interest that a bond pays, the yield takes into account the price which the investor paid for the bond, and that can be either higher or lower than the coupon rate, depending on whether the bond was purchased at a premium or at a discount. Happy trading!